Hi guys, a little impromptu video. Uh, I wasn't planning on making this. You should see how my setup is right now. I was planning on just going ahead and making the video of my next surgery as like a compilation, like I said. And like the past week I've gotten like quite a few comments like on my previous video that I did like 7 months ago, and then a couple on the more previous video. And I wrote down like a bunch of questions that I just sort of want to answer and like make more clear to everybody. So let me clarify. My next surgery, I've already had one surgery on my left ear, which was my worst one. I had 50% hearing loss in this ear, and then I have 40% loss in this ear. So right now, after this surgery, I had another hearing test, and now I have 90%. So I went from 50 to 90. And like I said in my previous video, it's amazing, and I couldn't be happier. And obviously, like, I wish that it could have been 100, but even with just having this one ear done, it's so incredible. And I know, like, in my head that I still don't know what it's like to hear 100%, so I can't like make myself believe that like this is what it is, this is it, like this is amazing and I'm hearing, like, because I'm not completely. But from going from where I was at to going to where I am now is such a drastic transition that I'm like so happy about that. I'm like, oh, I don't need the second ear surgery. But regardless, I have the second ear surgery planned for next week. So today's Thursday, Thursday the 19th. So my next ear surgery is literally a week from today. With that being said, I know that I've already had a previous ear surgery for having a stapedectomy for otosclerosis. But like I'm not nervous at all. And a lot of the comments that I get on the video are about people being nervous, and I'm not saying anything bad about you whatsoever, because I was nervous for my first surgery. I was nervous about what otosclerosis was, and people are usually nervous about things that they don't understand or that they don't know about. And like I said in my first video, there weren't many places to go or many videos about people dealing with this or going through it. So I completely understand that, and I love that like I can help support you. And that's exactly why I'm making this video right now, is because like it's so frustrating to me that there's nothing else about it, and it's just like so uncommon. But like there's still people out there that are nervous and they want to know about it and they want to make sure that they're making the right decision. So I'm like trying to advocate for that, and I'm trying to be someone that can help you through it, and in the truest way possible. Like I don't like, all I want is to help. And so basically with my first surgery, I was definitely nervous about it. I had looked up like the facts that, you know, there's like a 10% chance that you can go deaf. It's a 90% chance that it works. And, you know, I was I was a little scared about that, because I wasn't completely deaf, because I still have 50% hearing. But I've gotten a couple questions on that, and if the surgery goes wrong and everything like that. And I think if I think as it I think it I think of it as any other surgery, and every surgery has complications. Every surgery has complications. Something could happen. Something could go wrong. And for me, I just had to be positive, and I had to just know that it was going to be okay and everything was going to work out. And if it didn't, for me, I had already reached my bottom. There was nothing left for me. And this wasn't like something that I talked about in my previous videos, but I know that a lot of you are like anxious about having the surgery and nervous and whatnot. But I have anxiety issues, and I know that like a lot of people don't like believe in anxiety and don't think of it as like a disability or like anything like that. But I really truly do. And for me, it was, I'm getting emotional, but for me, like not having like my hearing made me more socially, made my social anxiety go up more. Me making these videos is like not easy for me. Like I'm not like a YouTube person or anything. Like I don't know what I'm doing. And it's not, I'm nervous in front of the camera and all of that, but I feel very inclined to do this because I know what it was like when you find out like that you have it, and there's like not a lot to go, like to be able to look up, and there's not a lot of people out there that have it. So it's comforting having that. Like it's comforting having someone else that you can see, even though like we're not face to face, but somebody else that you know that has gone through it. So whatever you say, I'm not brave. I'm not like, I'm not above you. I'm probably way worse off than you are. Maybe not, but I'm probably way worse off than you are in the anxiety range. And this was a huge thing for me to do. And like I said, my anxiety sort of took a back door to it because I needed this, because without it, like I wouldn't be alive right now. It was so severely bad and so severely depressing me and sort of shutting me out from the world, and it was really difficult. And now that I have it back, it's so much better, and I'm able to talk to people, and it's so nice. And if you're nervous about it or you're unsure, for me at least, I don't think that there's anything. I would have given everything to be able to hear again, just because it makes everything so much easier for me. So that's about the complications. Like I said, like for me, complications wise, it's like life or death. So if I didn't get it, I was gonna dig myself into an even deeper hole and not be able to hear, and it was going to be awful. But because I did it, I gave myself a chance. I found a light and I was following it, and it turned out really good. And even if it didn't, at least I tried. And then from there, I would have learned sign language, and my family would have totally supported that. And just knowing that I tried and knowing that I was courageous enough to do that. And that's not like saying like, oh, I'm so great and I'm so courageous. That's like someone with my personality and like with my issues and like whatever, being able to go through with that is great. So I don't think that I'm brave, and I don't think that I'm courageous or whatever. Like, I think all of you guys are courageous, and I think that all of you guys have the ability to do it. You just have to compare like how you feel now and how you could feel, and always strive to be better. And that's it. That's all you need. So on top of that, how long the surgery is, the surgery only took an hour and a half. So I was under anesthesia for an hour and a half. I said 4 hours in the previous video because like I got there at 6:30 in the morning, and then they like take you in, and like if you're a lady like me, they like make you take a they make you pee, and like they test to make sure that you're not pregnant. And then they like, you have to like change your clothes and like put on these great socks, and then they like hook you up to an IV and make you take some pills. You're like not allowed to drink after midnight the night before, and they give you like this little bit of water to swallow like 4 pills. And I was like, oh my God, thank God there's water. And the lady was like, that's it though. And I was like, oh my God, I want to die. Because number one, I wanted like 4 quarts of coffee and then like 5 gallons of water. So they make you take some pills. They're also like putting drugs through the IV, so you're like half dead. And then you go into surgery and they start the anesthesia, whatever, and then you come out. So like in total, like going in, like showing up, coming off, like having the surgery and then coming off the anesthesia is like 4 hours. Mine was like 3 hours, 3.5 hours. I don't know. But I was just like ready to get out of there. So I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Get me out of here. Like, whatever. But I still couldn't like walk. Like my dad had to carry me out to the truck. Like, but it's an hour and a half that you're under anesthesia. We talked about nervous about surgery, got it. Letting other people's opinions tell you if like you should do it or not blows my fucking mind and pisses me off to no extent. Literally anyone in your life that cares about you at all, like literally at all, will let you have the surgery. Like before anything else. There is nothing else that matters. You have a disease, like you have a problem, you can't hear, and there's a surgery that can fix that. So if somebody's like, no, like your husband, your girlfriend, your wife, your mom, your dad, like, oh no, you can wait on that. No, you can't. No. If it's there, do it. Because one thing that they don't know, one thing that your significant other doesn't know, or your family member, or whatever shitty person that you're around at that time doesn't know, is what you can hear and what you can't hear and what the hell it's doing to you. And nobody knows except for you. And it's fucking terrible, okay? If it's anything as bad as mine, it's awful and it sucks. And you can't Ugh. You cannot let somebody tell you what to do with your money, or this isn't worth it, or we can wait some time. No, it's not eyeglasses. I know that's the biggest thing for me is like eyeglasses are like a big thing. Like everyone's like, oh, you can have eyeglasses like for forever, but hearing aids are not a big thing. Like hearing aids, like people just like, unless you're like a baby that was born with a hearing problem and then you have hearing aids growing up, people just don't think that you need hearing aids all of a sudden at like in your 20s. But this is a thing, and this is a disease, and it happens. And it makes me so mad that people that are not going through it, or significant others, or family that don't get it, want to pretend like it's not that big of a deal, because it is that big of a deal, and it fucking sucks, okay? It fucking sucks, and that's all I gotta say about it. All right. Shaving head. Somebody said that they had to like shave a piece of their hair, like around their ear, whatever. My first surgery, they did not shave anything, no hair. They go directly through your eardrum. So I don't know anything about shaving anything. They cut a little piece of your earlobe and you get like 2 stitches. That's it. If they shaved like small piece of your hair, I don't know. I've shaved my head twice, but if you want to shave a little piece and part of my hair, like, so that I can hear good, go ahead. Like, I literally don't care. So I don't know why that matters, but it was something, and if they do that to you, then you can decide if you want to have a little part of your hair shaved or have your hearing. You know, that's totally up to you. Trusting your doctor, super huge. There's not a lot of people that have this, so there's not a lot of doctors that specialize in it. My doctor, thankfully, does. So I went to Dr. Light, and he is out of Boca Raton, Florida. If you know, like Woolbright Road in Florida, that's where he's from. Great guy, awesome, trust him 100%. If you're iffy on it, don't go. That's it. Find somebody else. Ringing and pressure in my ear. I definitely had ringing in my ear. Sometimes like the ringing would go in both of my ears, and like you can't hear anything when there's ringing in your ears. It takes up all the sound. It would go on for like 15 to 30 seconds, and like I couldn't hear anything. I no longer have, and the pressure as well. After getting the first ear surgery, I no longer have ringing in this ear, and I no longer have pressure. It doesn't mean that that's what solves it, but I don't have it. Because it was a question that I asked my doctor, and he said it could solve it, it could not. So I don't have any more ringing in this ear. I have had still ringing in this ear, which my surgery is next week. With significant or not significant hearing loss, I had significant hearing loss. But granted, that was gradual over like 2.5 years. It could be longer, but I don't know. That's just like a guesstimate, like from when other people started saying stuff to when I finally realized it and when I got the surgery. So I definitely had significant hearing loss. If you have like a little bit of hearing loss, yes, it might get worse over like the next year or whatever, and it might become whatever, it might become otosclerosis. The pain after the surgery is minimal. Obviously, like you're coming off anesthesia, so you're all right. And then, like, they give you pain meds. I didn't take them because they make me feel sick. So I just took Tylenol, and I was okay. The only thing that happened after surgery was, like, 2 days before I got the packing taken out. You get the packing taken out a week after the surgery. Was just like an itchy feeling, like I really wanted to get it out of my ear. Like, I'm not joking, I really fucking wanted to get it out of my ear. And that was the only thing that was like really, really bothersome to me, was just trying, like, I was just like, oh my God, if somebody could just reach in there and rip that out, because I don't want it anymore. But everything else was totally fine. Basically, like, if you want to know, like, if this is what you have or what you don't have, otosclerosis is a middle ear problem. So it's pretty easy to decipher if you just go get a hearing test. So basically, with a hearing test, they'll put like things like directly inside of your ears, and then they'll put like these little prong things that go behind your head, and they'll put the noise through your eardrum, like through your ear holes, ear canal, eardrum, ear holes. They'll put it straight through there, and they'll like put like a beep or whatever, and then they'll make it go only through like behind the head, so it'll hit back here. And basically, if you can hear better behind here rather than straight through your ear holes, that's a conductive hearing loss. So a conductive hearing loss is, I don't know, but that's what I had, and I have otosclerosis. I don't know what other hearing losses pertain to conductive hearing losses, but conductive hearing loss means you can't hear as loudly straight through your ears as you can behind your head or from your nose, because you're hearing with all of the bones in your face instead of it going straight through. So, yeah. I don't think that there was anything else. I'm sure there was, and I'm a little frustrated right now, but it's fine. Those were some of the questions that I just wanted to go over and touch on. If anyone's like nervous or whatever, I am getting my next ear surgery in a week, and I'm going to really, really try to make a video, like a compilation thing, and like make little clips and stuff. Like I'm like some sort of goddamn YouTuber, and I'm not. But I'm gonna try to put some clips together that like show some of the things, whatever. I'll try to ask my doctor if he minds being filmed, just to make everyone like a little bit calmer. I know like some people commented that they're getting their ear surgery in like a week or 2 weeks or whatever, and I hope that this video gets up before that happens, just to make you feel a little bit more confident about it, because like I said at the beginning, it's so important and it's so necessary. And you can have this surgery and you can have your hearing back, and you can be like, I hate to say normal, but like that's what I always say to my family. I'm like, I can't wait to be normal and like be able to hear, like, because I don't know, it just is like, and it sucks not being able to hear. So anyways, I'll get it up. I know this was long, I'm sorry. I'll see you later. Bye bye.